We're here for Clash live at Metropolis Studios in partnership with Aless. My name is Liv West and I'm very excited this evening to be celebrating International Women's Day with the one and only singer-songwriter Delilah Montagu.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. You look amazing in this Aless wear.
So do you. I mean, it's a great brand.
It really is. We are here for International Women's Day, which is of course an important day of the year for all of us. And it's where we acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of women and those who identify, but also to see how far gender equality has come. And I wanted to know, how do you find navigating the music industry as a woman? I know that's quite a large question.
It is. I mean, I could speak for a long time. I think the facts of it are that the music industry is very male-dominated. And so, as a woman, that presents a lot of struggles, and I've definitely struggled a lot. I was very young when I first got signed and when I first entered the music industry, and so I think being young with the addition of being a woman can be a real struggle. And I think that the music industry has come a long way, but I also think there's definitely a long, long way to go.
This year's theme for International Women's Day is Embrace Equity, which basically asks us to recognise that sometimes equal opportunities aren't enough. And it basically calls for us to look at each person as an individual and then in turn look at what kind of resources and opportunities we can give that person for an equal outcome, which I think is really interesting because it's kind of a flippant term to just say, oh, well, we're just trying to fight for equality, whereas equity asks us to kind of analyse it in a way. And I wanted to know, do you feel like there have been any more challenges for you or certain obstacles, I guess, in the music industry that you might have faced, that maybe there could have been a bit of equity? There might have been a point where you felt like you could have just been giving a little bit more resource, whether that was time or space, or whether that was even a chance to express or be more vulnerable.
God, yes. I think for me, I mean, you know, look, the percentage of female artists is so small. Female producers, female writers, females working at, you know, at labels, stuff like that. It's bonkers. But I think the simplest one to talk about that I've experienced a lot of is respect, lack of respect, and not facing the same respect as a man might face in situations I've been in. And I think that it's not just a music industry thing, it's a life thing, and, you know, yeah, it has to change. It has to change, and hopefully it is changing. But yeah, respect and being heard is probably the main thing I'd say. With that.
My final question on International Women's Day: how would you hope to inspire the younger generation of women that might want to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, just be yourself. Honestly, if there's anything I've learned, just be yourself, because nobody's going to be like that. And nobody's going to judge you. And if they do, then that's on them. Like, please be yourself, because I spent way too long not being myself out of fear. And the conclusion I've got to years later is that myself is the perfect self to be.
It is. I think there comes so much power when you start becoming more authentic and expressing your authenticity. Yeah. And you don't see it until you do it, but the confidence that comes with as well is next to none.
Oh my God, it is. It really is. And the response as well, because people can tell. You know, if you're just yourself, nobody can say anything, because there's nothing to say other than if they don't like it, like, good for you. She's, you know, she's doing her thing.